The reason you're not winning is because you're too damn distracted by people, by opinions, by garbage that doesn't pay the bills or move the needle. You want success? Then stop chasing every shiny object like a headless chicken. Focus is your weapon. It slices through noise, weakness, and mediocrity. Today we're going to punch distraction in the face and laser in on what truly matters to you. Because if you don't, someone else will decide your future for you. Eliminate the noise ruthlessly. Cut out the losers. I'm not saying it gently, because life doesn't hand out trophies for being nice to energy vampires. The people you allow into your life are either lifting you or dragging you down. There is no neutral. You don't get to play both sides. Your environment shapes your mindset, and your mindset determines your results. If you're constantly surrounded by people who talk more than they act, people who gossip, complain, blame, and coast through life like passengers on a train they didn't pay for, you've got to make a hard decision. Are you going to be the one who builds something meaningful, or are you going to be another casualty of mediocrity caught in a web of small talk and wasted time? Noise doesn't just come from people. It's in your phone, your TV, your inbox. It's every notification, every viral trend, every comment section pulling you into debates that mean absolutely nothing. You get one life, and every second you give away to distractions is a second you can't get back. That noise is designed to keep you average, to keep you reactive, to keep you small. And if you want to rise, if you want to dominate your field, your craft, your purpose, you have to go to war against the noise. You need to treat every distraction like it's the enemy of your legacy, because it is. Stop being a social butterfly. You're not in high school anymore. This isn't a popularity contest. The truth is, most people are not worth your time. If they're not aligned with your vision, they're in the way. You don't owe anyone your attention, your energy, or your loyalty, especially if they're not bringing anything to the table but excuses. If you want clarity in your mission, if you want sharpness in your goals, you've got to become a disciplined assassin of your own destiny. And that means cutting conversations short. It means canceling plans with no guilt. It means saying no without explanation. Because the more time you waste entertaining noise, the further you drift from what truly matters. The ones who make it, the top 1%, they're not more talented, they're not smarter, they're just more focused. They don't allow chaos to live rent-free in their heads. They guard their energy like warriors. And that's what you've got to become, a warrior for your focus. Your vision deserves your full attention. Not what your old friend from school thinks about your choices, not what some random stranger said on Instagram. Your future depends on your ability to cut through the noise, lock in, and move with ruthless clarity. This isn't about being cold or heartless. It's about respecting your time and your potential. You can't afford to be distracted anymore. Eliminate the noise, eliminate the excuses, and eliminate anything that doesn't move you closer to who you were born to become. You'd be shocked how many people don't even know what they want. They wake up every day drifting, reacting to the world instead of taking control of it, and then they wonder why nothing changes. Let me tell you something. If you don't know where you're going, you're just burning fuel in circles. You want millions? You want financial freedom? You want a legacy so powerful that your great-grandchildren speak your name with pride? Then stop daydreaming and start declaring. Write it down. I mean it, not in your head, not in your voice, no, physically. Write it on paper. Write it like your life depends on it. Because it does. That goal, that's your North Star, tattoo it on your soul. Because when life throws punches, and it will, that goal is what keeps you standing. When you know exactly what you want, decisions become easy. Not painless, but easy. You'll stop chasing meaningless opportunities, stop wasting energy on distractions, and start aligning every damn thing in your life toward that mission. And here's the catch most people don't want to face. If what you're doing today isn't aligned with that goal, it's a complete and utter waste of time. Period. You think you're working hard, but you're just staying busy to avoid doing the real work. You go to meetings that don't matter. You entertain conversations that go nowhere. You scroll on your phone, pretending you're unwinding, when really, you're running away from the fact that you're not locked in on your purpose. You want to be elite? Then you need clarity. Ruthless, uncompromising clarity. And you don't find that clarity by hoping it comes to you. You get it by sitting down with yourself, asking hard questions, and being brutally honest. What do I really want? Why do I want it? What am I willing to sacrifice for it? And here's the truth. Most people won't do this. They're too scared. Scared to admit their dreams. Scared to commit. Scared to fail. But not you. If you've made it this far, you're not here to play small. Once that vision is locked in, you have to protect it like a savage. Guard it from distractions, from negativity, from people who don't believe in you, and especially from your own self-doubt. You've got to become obsessed, not interested, not curious, obsessed with what you want. Because only the obsessed win. Only the obsessed get results. The rest, they become footnotes in someone else's success story. So decide what you want, declare it, and then chase it with every ounce of your being. No plan B, no backup, just relentless, focus, aligned action, and the kind of fire in your gut that keeps you moving when the world says, quit. You don't have time to waste. None of us do. Get clear, get hungry, and go after what's yours like nothing else matters, because nothing else does. Stop being busy, start being productive. That line alone could change your damn life if you actually understood what it meant and lived it. Too many of you are addicted to motion, checking emails, attending meetings, organizing your desk. For what? To feel like you're accomplishing something? Let me tell you something raw. Busy is the new stupid. It's a coward's camouflage. It's the drug people take when they don't have the balls to face what really matters. You run around like a chicken with its head cut off, buried in notifications, responding to every ping like Pavlov's dog, thinking that staying in motion is the same as making progress. It's not. Now, productivity isn't about how much you do in a day. It's about what gets done, results, outcomes, tangible victories that take you one step closer to the life you say you want. But most of you are caught in the hamster wheel of activity, and you've confused that for growth. You've been lied to. Look how busy I am, you tell people, as if that's a badge of honor. No one cares how busy you are. Winners care about results. Did you build something? Did you close the deal? Did you move the needle in your business or your life? But what you're doing isn't moving you forward, then it's pulling you back. There is no neutral in life. Every choice either feeds your mission or drains it. So here's the hard truth. Cut what doesn't serve you. Say no to low-level tasks. Delegate, automate, eliminate. If you're doing $10 0 hour work when your dream demands $10,000 0 hour thinking, you're losing. Focus isn't about cramming more crap into your calendar. It's about ruthlessly prioritizing what truly matters. If it doesn't drive your goals, if it doesn't get you closer to that life you see in your head when no one's watching, it has no business being on your radar. Productivity is war, and your enemy is distraction disguised as importance. That endless to-do list, burn it. Start asking better questions. What are the one or two things today that will actually make an impact, that will generate income, build relationships, grow your vision? Everything else is noise. Winners measure outcomes, not hours. I don't care if you worked 16 hours today. What did you accomplish? What got finished? Because a focused 3 hours of execution beats 13 hours of being busy every damn time. You don't need more time, you need more clarity and more guts to act with intent. The bottom line is this: busyness is easy. It makes you feel good without demanding results. But productivity is hard. It demands clarity, courage, and commitment. So stop lying to yourself. Stop hiding behind your busy calendar. Face the truth and focus on what actually builds the life you want. Make the shift today and you'll never be the same. Say no like your life depends on it, because it absolutely does. Every single time you say yes to something meaningless, trivial, or off track, you are sacrificing a piece of your destiny. You are handing over your time, the most valuable asset you'll ever own, for something that will not move you forward. And for what? To be liked, to avoid conflict, to feel busy. You think successful people get to the top by trying to please everyone? Hell no. They're not afraid to offend. They're not afraid to be misunderstood, because they are clear on what matters and ruthless about protecting it. When you know where you're going, you stop letting other people pull you in 50 directions. You don't have time to attend every birthday party, every mindless meeting, every quick call that turns into an hour of small talk. You don't have time to indulge every request just to look polite. Politeness without boundaries is self-sabotage. You've got a mission, and missions require warlike focus. When you say no, you're not just turning down an offer. You're saying yes to your goals, your growth, your greatness. Every no sharpens your edge. It builds the wall that keeps distractions out and results in. Weak people say yes to avoid guilt. Focused people say no because they have discipline. And the difference between a weak person and a focused person isn't intelligence or talent. It's the ability to draw the line and stand by it. Saying no is not about being rude. It's about being real. Real about your priorities. Real about your time. Real about your standards. Because if you don't set the standard for your life, someone else will, and they'll set it low. Say no to pointless drama. Say no to toxic relationships. Say no to habits that drain your energy. Say no to opportunities that don't align with your vision. Not every opportunity is meant for you. Other lies to run. Not every path deserves your footsteps. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Learn to live with people being upset with you. Learn to be misunderstood. Let them call you arrogant or antisocial. Because while they're talking, you're building. While they're socializing, you're grinding. While they're chasing validation, you're stacking results. Don't be afraid to shut the door on distractions. Your future is knocking, and it doesn't have time to wait for your excuses. So the next time someone asks you to do something that doesn't serve your purpose, don't hesitate. Say no with clarity. Say it with conviction. Because when you guard your focus like a soldier guards a gate, that's when your life begins to change. Say no like your life depends on it, because it truly, deeply does. Build discipline, not motivation, because motivation is a fraud. It's a sugar high. It shows up when things are easy, when the sun is shining, and disappears the second things get uncomfortable. That's why you can't rely on it. You think the champions of the world wake up every morning overflowing with motivation? Hell no. They wake up, lace their shoes, and show up regardless of how they feel. Discipline is what carries you through the days when you're tired, bored, uninspired, or just plain beat down. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is a decision. And until you stop waiting to feel like it, you will never reach the next level. Discipline is waking up at 5 a.m. when your body wants sleep, but your future demands action. It's putting in the work when nobody's clapping, nobody's watching, and nobody's praising you. Discipline is what separates amateurs from professionals, boys from men, wannabes from winners. Everyone wants the prize, but few are willing to show up daily, to grind when it's boring, when it's lonely, when there's zero external reward. The ones who do, they're the ones you end up calling successful. Most people are addicted to hype. They chase the next motivational video, the next podcast, the next burst of inspiration. It's like caffeine for the mind. But like any drug, the effect wears off. Discipline doesn't wear off. Discipline builds. It compounds. Every single day you show up when you don't feel like it, you build mental muscle. And eventually that muscle becomes armor. You become unshakable. You stop negotiating with yourself. There's no should I do this. It becomes automatic. I do this. because it's who I am. You want to win? You want to be elite? Then understand this truth. Emotion is irrelevant. Waiting to be inspired is a luxury for losers. Winners act based on commitment, not comfort. You need to train yourself to be dangerous regardless of mood, because success doesn't care how you feel. The market doesn't care. The world doesn't care. It rewards consistency, execution, and discipline. You say you're tired? Good. Do it tired. You say you're not in the mood? Excellent. Do it anyway. Because every time you do, you take control back. And with enough reps, you transform. You become the kind of person who follows through, not the one who talks. And that's the difference that changes lives. So throw away your excuses, light a fire under your own ass, and understand this once and for all. Discipline will get you everything. Motivation never could. You want to separate from the pack? Then do what they won't. Be the one who shows up, locked in, focused, no matter what. Be the one who doesn't flinch, doesn't quit, doesn't need a cheerleader. Be disciplined or be forgotten. It's that simple. So here's the truth. Nobody's coming to save you. You want to build an empire? Then focus like your future depends on it, because it does. Drop a comment with one thing you're cutting out starting today. And if you're serious about winning, hit subscribe and let's go all in on what really matters. No excuses, no distractions, just results.